Hi, this is Melissa from Mrs. Stoffer's Music Room, and today I'm going to do a quick tutorial for you on how to create your own digital music classroom. So something that looks a little bit like this. First thing you're going to do is go into Google Slides and create yourself a new slide deck. You can close out the themes and get rid of any text boxes because you don't need them. And decide your slide size. So I'm going to go into File, go to Page Setup, and I'm happy with 16 by 9. I think it will work well on most devices, and it'll work well on my board at school in case I ever decide to use it for something. So I'm going to leave it at 16 by 9. But if you want to change it to 4 by 3 or something else, you can play around with that in there. I'm just going to cancel out of here. Now, the first thing you need to do is find a background that works for you. So you're going to go into Google and go into search and type in what you want. So I typed in empty room blue because my room is sort of like a blue-gray sort of feel. And I found this cute little background, which I don't see right now. This is similar, but it's not it. And find one that works for you. You do want to look out. Some of them have some pretty heavy watermarks on them, so you're not going to want to do that. You want to find something that the kids are just going to see, like a basic blank room. If you type in empty music room, you might find something there that works for you. Empty classrooms was all pretty much desks, so that's not really an option. This one's pretty cute, but I didn't want to pay to have anything with a watermark removed. So I just went for something basic, and I've already saved it to my computer. It's down here, so let's just go back in there. So find one that works for you and save it to your computer. And then go in here and you hit background, choose image, and you can either browse or drag and drop, which I'm going to do. It's a little faster for me. Hit done, and there you go. There's my image. And you can see I've already preloaded it up here, and I've added in a bookshelf. So I'm going to show you how to add those right now. You're going to find the main furniture that you want, and the problem with just dragging and dropping them in here, if you upload them, you're going to see that, for instance, this Clavinova right here, when I add it, it's got the white background from where I saved it. And that's not really going to work real well because this does not look realistic. So let's get rid of that. And you can use the website remove.bg and remove the background. I am not really sure how to use this website. I've actually not used it because I know how to do this in Keynote, and I do believe that there's a possibility of being able to do it in PowerPoint as well, but I'm not familiar with PowerPoint, so I'm going to show you the Keynote way. So I'm going to just change the slide background over here so you can see what I'm doing. And find my Clavinova and put it in here. Now, this is a lot easier than you're gonna think. So hang on. So select the image, go to Format, Image, and then hit Instant Alpha. And you're going to get this little square sort of cursor. And you're going to click and drag around the image to make the color you want disappear. So if you click in the black, you can see it's making the black disappear. We don't want that. So I'm going to edit, undo, because we want to keep the Clavinova. But I'm going to click in the white, and you can see it doesn't immediately get everything, but if you make it a little bit more of the percentage, it pulls everything real nice and close to the actual Clavinova, and there you go. That's all gotten rid of. And if you have something with this extra white, you do want to go in and get these extra little spots so that it looks realistic. You can see there's a little spot down here. I'm going to zoom in for this. Find myself that little corner and get rid of that. And up here where this little headphone hook is too, it looks a little bizarre. So I'm just going to get that little white out of that center thing. And hit done. And there is my Clavinova without the background. So you're going to cut it out of here and go back into Slides and just paste, and there it is now without the background. Resize it to where you want. Okay. Now, something else that I think works really well in a classroom is you want to have some sort of focal point, like a board or a smart board. So I'm going to do the same thing real quick here. And when I do this too fast, you can see it kind of pulls out on the right side. It takes out the frame of the whiteboard. So you do want to make sure that you're not going too far, although you can always undo. So I'm just going to back up a little bit, and there's my board. Easy peasy. And plop it in here. Now, when you put it in here, if you want this bigger and you resize it, and all of a sudden it's in front of your Clavinova, something you just need to do is go up to Order and Arrange Order, Send to Back, and now it's behind my Clavinova, which is a lot more realistic. I'll move it down a little bit, and then I've got that. So I think I'm actually going to move my Clavinova out of here a little bit because I don't really want to have the kids looking at the little watermark, and it's okay if it hangs off the slide a little bit. It doesn't matter if it's complete or not, so that's all right. So those are kind of the real basic things. Now, the one thing that you really want in here is yourself. So you do need to connect in Google Chrome. You need to connect your Bitmoji and your Snapchat account to Chrome, which it's an extension. If you type in Bitmoji extension for Chrome, you'll get it pretty quickly. And I've already done that. I'll make sure I link a tutorial just in case. So you do need a Bitmoji account, and you're going to want to make it cute and look like you, so you can have some fun with that. And you can change clothes for the seasons, so that's always nice too. So I'm going to click on the little Bitmoji extension here, and you can see I've searched for recent ones. So what you want to do here is just right-click on your Bitmoji, copy image, go right in here and hit paste, and there is Mrs. Stauffer on Star Wars Day with her lightsaber. So this is perfect. Now, this one's great because it doesn't have an extra background, but if you can see up here, some of them do have some extra stuff going on depending on what you want. Now, there's this saxophone one, which is great, but there's also this one that doesn't have as much going on, which is nice. So I'm going to show you the difference between the two real quick. So I'm going to copy this guy, and I've already put the other one into Keynote for you to see. So I'm going to paste this other little one in here. Now, something you can do real quickly to kind of get rid of stuff is right-click, edit mask, and if you pull it real close, you can see how much is actually left over of the notes, which is not that big a deal, except, you know, that's not really reality. So if you right-click, I'm going to edit the mask back out just a little bit more so you can see what's going on. So this is, again, where you want to use the instant alpha, but the problem here is that all of these different colors are separate things. So if you click in the yellow, you pull it out, and it gets rid of all that yellow, which is great, except for, now you still have a little bit here because it wasn't connected, and you still have the blues and the reds to work with. So you do have to kind of play with this a little bit if you're really wanting to use one of these with these extra colors, and that's fine. Just know that it's going to take you a moment to play with it. It's kind of hard to see. Zoom in a little. And you can get rid of all of those. And now I'm getting really fussy, even though I don't need to at the moment. So I'm going to stop. Hit done. Okay. Now you can see actually when I did the big yellow, I actually went too close and I got rid of a lot of the line around me. So I'm going to have to back up because that does not look so good. And you can see what happened now. But that's okay because I've already done this. Now, if you go over here, I do want to show you this is neat, except, instant alpha, it's going to take a lot longer to remove each and every little bit of this background plus the notes. So unless you really want to have that extra in there, you're going to want to make sure you find something that's a little easier to manipulate. So there is that, and to just be aware of that. So I already have saved my Bitmoji with all of that already, so I'm okay for here, but just keep that in mind. Now, here's the fun part, the clickable links. So if you go into, I'm going to go back into Keynote. So now that we're back in Keynote, I'm going to grab the first thing I want to link to, which is my recorder. So I'm just going to plop this in, do the instant alpha, and get rid of the white real quick. Oops, too much. Try again. Cut that out of here and drop it in the classroom where I need to make the giant recorder an appropriate size. And I'm just going to lean it up against the wall on my bookshelf. Now, while it is selected, you go up to the little link button right here. And if it's a web page or an email, you just need to type it in. You don't need to do anything special, so you just type in where you want it to go. Hit apply, and then you can see it's linked, and that's it. One last thing before we get into publishing this. If you do want a rug, I found my rug in a different page. I can't find it where I found it now. This is really similar. So you would save the image, plop it in Keynote, and then you can see how much of the background I eliminated. And then I actually, for my rug, just edited the mask so that it looked right. And that's how I got my rug in here. And, you know, had to move it down a little bit so it was in the right spot, and then reorder that so that it was in the right spot, and it looks like I was actually standing on the rug. Okay, so now that you have your classroom built and you've added in all those extra things, if you wanted to put links to different web pages, like I've seen a lot of people linking to Chrome Music Maker, you can take a screenshot or find a still image and put it up like it's a picture on the wall. A lot of people have been doing that, or just putting little toys on the bookshelf that link to different things. When that is all in and built and you have everything how you want it, which we're not going to go through because that'll take forever and you don't want to watch me do that, you're going to go to File and you're going to go to Publish to the Web, which is a lot better than sharing the slide, because then the kids can move things around. Even if they have the sharing link where they can't edit it, this is even a little cleaner. So if you hit Publish to the Web, you'll get a link, and you don't want to embed unless you're putting this in a different website where the kids go, like a school website. But I'm just going to grab the link and copy it. And if I go into this new tab here and paste it in, you can see that I actually have a full-blown web page. There's nothing else. There's nothing distracting around. So this is all that they will see. And if they hit play, then that's it, because I have this extra web page here. This wouldn't show up in theirs, which is nice. And then they can click links from there and it'll take them where they want to go. So I hope this has been very helpful for you. Please feel free to reach out to me by email at mrsstoffersmusicroom@gmail.com. If you are needing a little bit of help, I'm more than willing to help you out. So happy music making and stay safe, friends. Bye.